Imagine the last plastic bottle you tossed into the recycling bin. Where did it go? Is it truly on its way to becoming something new? Or is it just wishful thinking? The reality behind our trash and recycling may be both surprising and unsettling. Did you know that only about 9% of plastic waste actually gets recycled globally? So, what happens to the other 91%? Today, we're diving into the world of recycling, how it's supposed to work, what actually happens to your trash, and the eye-opening truth about where it really ends up. Let's start with what you probably assume happens when you throw something into a recycling bin. You think it'll be collected, sorted, processed, and eventually turned into a brand new product. And yes, that is the ideal goal. But here's the catch. The system isn't nearly as smooth as it seems. Here's a quick quiz for you. Of these three items, plastic bottles, paper, and glass, which one is most likely to be successfully recycled? Got your answer? Hold that thought. The answer might surprise you. Most of what we recycle goes through single-stream systems, meaning plastics, glass, and paper are tossed together, only to be manually sorted later. This mixed-up process is where things start to go wrong. From contamination to lack of infrastructure, recycling faces a serious battle right from the get-go. To really understand recycling, let's walk through each step. First, your trash is collected and taken to a materials recovery facility, or MRF. Yes, that's pronounced MRF, believe it or not. This facility sorts recyclables by material: metal, plastic, glass, and paper. Now here's the thing. Even after all that sorting, only the cleanest materials can be recycled. So, what happens if that pizza box still has cheese on it? We'll get to that in a second. Once sorted, recyclables move to be washed and processed. But here's where the wish cycling problem appears. Wishful recycling, where items that can't actually be recycled get thrown in anyway. Think of straws, coffee cups, greasy pizza boxes. Even one contaminated item can ruin an entire batch, sending it all to the landfill. Ever feel guilty for throwing a greasy pizza box in the trash? Turns out, you're actually doing recycling a favor. So, you might be thinking, if recycling is such a mess, why even bother? Don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. There are still materials that get recycled effectively, and some cities are even experimenting with ways to improve. In the US, materials like aluminum and cardboard boast much higher recycling rates. Aluminum, in fact, is one of the most efficiently recycled materials because it can be melted down and reformed indefinitely without losing quality. On the other hand, plastics, well, they're a different story. Only certain types of plastics are recyclable, and even then, the final product often has limited use. That means most plastic waste doesn't make it through the system. But what if I told you that the future of recycling could look completely different? Technology might just be the game changer we need. From new sorting technologies using artificial intelligence to chemical recycling, yes, science that can break down plastics back into their base chemicals for reuse, there are big changes coming. If these solutions scale up, they could revolutionize recycling in the US. So, next time you toss a can or bottle into the recycling, you'll know what actually goes on behind the scenes and why it's not as simple as it seems. But with the right changes and technology, recycling might still become the circular, sustainable solution we all hope it can be. If you found this journey through recycling as eye-opening as we did, hit the like button and subscribe for more insights into the science and systems that shape our world.